What's up, you goggles?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Zach,
I'm Alex.
and we're the Jones Boys Collectibles, and we got another ranking video for you guys today. So, if you couldn't have guessed by this intro, we're going to be ranking all the Harry Potter movies today. Now, small stipulation, we are ranking just the movies, not books.
Yeah, we don't need to know that you read. This is purely visual entertainment that we are focusing on. We are huge Harry Potter fans. I honestly can't remember a time before I was a Harry Potter fan. I feel like I've always been a Harry Potter fan.
We kind of grew up with the books. It was kind of cool. So, and the movies, of course, as well. The reason why I say we're just doing the movies and not the books is because I think for me personally, my opinion would probably change on some of these if the book was added in there as well.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so we're just strictly going off of actors' performances, how we enjoyed the movie, and overall how the movie was, I guess.
I feel like the best way to do this, if you saw our Star Wars ranking video, we did the tier list. We're going to do this one a little differently. We are just going to rank them in order from best to worst.
So Alex and I will give our opinions, and the idea here is to have a collective Jones Boys Collectibles list. So this is the definitive Jones Boys Collectibles list. Even though Alex and my opinion might differ a little bit, we basically have to come to an agreement on one definitive list.
Yep.
So, yeah, let us know down in the comment section below, too. Do you agree with the list after we put it out there? And what are your guys' favorite Harry Potter movies? I'm curious to see what everybody has to say. So, starting us off, there's 8 movies in the series, right? So, number 8, Alex, what is your least favorite Harry Potter movie?
My least favorite Harry Potter movie is Order of the Phoenix.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I figured.
That was the one that was going to be on the bottom of my list as well. And real quick, a little side note, Alex and I kind of have in our heads what we would have placed everything ahead of time to make things a little bit easier for this deciding factor, so that there was also no unbiased, or there were no biased, like, decision-making going on with this whole thing, too. So, Order of the Phoenix. There's a lot of awesome things that happens in this movie. It's a very important movie, right? This is a very heavy Sirius Black movie, which is one of the things I love about this movie.
Yep.
For me, Sirius Black is my favorite Harry Potter character. That being said, I just think more of the movies have more to offer, or it's more entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it's more of a movie to bridge the gap, but if you're watching it on its own as a standalone movie, I would never do it. The only reason why I ever watch it is because I'm already binge watching the movies and I'm trying to get from point A to point B.
Yep.
That's literally the only reason why. There's great moments in there. The battle at the Ministry of Magic.
Training of Dumbledore's army, which is really cool.
That's still one of my favorite scenes, though, is when Dumbledore escapes.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to admit,
he's got style. Yeah, dude, that's so funny. Obviously, the school training in secret because Dolores Umbridge at this point has banned pretty much everything, any extracurricular activity, which is pretty crazy. And I think one of the reasons that I don't like this movie is because I absolutely hate Dolores Umbridge. That actress, I don't know what her name is off the top of my head. I'm sure that we're going to leave it on the screen right now. She did such a phenomenal job because I hate that character.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, shout out for creating such a despicable character that it's hard to watch the movie. But again, a more great scenes. I like we get to see the Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. I love like the fact that they have their own shop of like all the gags and pranks and stuff. So
there's some good stuff, and then for me, it's very dark. Right there, I mean, they start getting kind of dark, I'd say, during Prisoner of Azkaban on. But this one, there really isn't a lot of sense of hope, right? I mean, they find out about the Order of the Phoenix, right? And because, Voldemort is back and, they're trying to rebuild an army to, I guess, go against him, of course, right? And there's this prophecy, and you find out later that that's what Voldemort is looking for, is this prophecy to try to use this as a weapon, right, to stop Dumbledore's army, or
Harry Potter specifically.
From stopping him. Basically, he wants to rise back to power again. Overall, this is my least favorite movie.
I think we covered it all. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. just because we have a lot of movies to cover.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that pretty much
Perfect.
covers it.
So I'm going to write it down.
Well, that was easy.
Yep.
I have a feeling the rest will not be.
All right, number 7. I'll say my opinion first.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna put Deathly Hallows Part 1 in number 7.
I have Deathly Hallows Part 1 as number 7 as well.
No way. All right, so
holy shit!
If you guys couldn't tell, Alex and I share a brain most days. It feels like. All right, my opinion on Deathly Hallows Part 1. It's a great movie. It's one of those movies, I feel like Part 1 and Part 2 have to be watched together in a way. Anytime I watch Part 1, I have to immediately watch Part 2. My problem with Part 1 is it is very informational, which isn't a bad thing, but there's a lot of parts that just kind of drag on, because in this movie they're hunting for the Horcruxes, right? Yep. They officially know what's going on. They officially know that they have to hunt Horcruxes. They have one at the start of the movie, have no idea how to destroy the thing, and they're continuing to try to, 1, find a way to destroy it, and 2, hunt down and track down the rest of the Horcruxes. It's a lot of setup. There's some fantastic moments in this movie. There's a lot of turmoil in the group, right? The one Horcrux is kind of getting the best of everybody because it's the locket, right? It Salazar Slytherin's locket is what they have. And anytime somebody wears it, it almost amplifies, I guess, like their anger and, their negative thoughts around them. And, at one point, Ron ends up leaving the group because of this stuff, because it kind of gets the best of him. He's getting jealous of Harry and Hermione and thinks there's something going on there when there really isn't something going on. But that triumphant return when Ron comes back and with the sword of Gryffindor and ends up destroying it, that was pretty awesome. That was a pretty awesome moment. Yeah, it just... I don't know. For me, Part 2 is so much better. And
yeah, I hate to say it for this, but again, another bridge the gap sort of movie.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, too, it kind of needed to be made, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And one could argue that they both should be as one movie. I don't like that because, to me, they were separate releases.
Right.
It is Part 1 and 2, but I view them as 2 separate pieces of art. So that's how we're going to rank them. And if we're splitting them up, Part 1 definitely is nowhere near as good as Part 2.
Yeah. All right, number 6.
All right, so I'm going to preface this by saying this. From here on out, while I do have definitive favorites over the others, from here on out, they're just straight great movies.
Agreed.
And it was tough to rank them at this point. And I don't want to say that, because I feel this movie's sitting at number 6. I still love that movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's still enjoyable. So let me just go ahead and say it. My number 6 is Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh.
And I know you don't agree.
No.
While I love Sirius Black, and I love the premise of the movie, and it involves werewolves, shit like that I love. Unfortunately, as a movie, and the way it was shot, the directing style, the storyline is not as strong as the other movies for me. So I would put that as my number 6.
I strongly disagree.
I figured you would.
Okay, I'm going to have to do some finagling here.
A very emotional movie. They find out about that, it was Peter Pettigrew that actually betrayed Harry's parents. And then you find out that Ron's rat the entire time was him. I love Professor Lupin.
Yeah.
I love Sirius Black as characters. We get the Marauders map.
Yep, I was just going to say that.
Iconic.
Yep.
Lupin teaching Harry about the Patronus charm.
Which is very important for the later movies, of
Absolutely.
Because Harry ends up having to teach the Dumbledore's army all of the or teach them the Patronus charm as well.
But that being said, and we can revert back to what I had already said about just how I feel about it. It's just... I don't enjoy how it was shot. I think compared to the other movies, it doesn't quite stand up to all the rest. Also, we got a new Albus Dumbledore, so bringing him into the fold, the new actor for him.
Because the original one died, of course.
So all those things to consider. I honestly never cared for when Harry and Hermione go back in time.
Oh.
That whole sequence.
So I had a whole spiel about that and why I did like it.
That I never really cared for that. Like, there's funny moments. Like, I love when Hermione watches herself punch Malfoy, and then Harry's like, "Oh, good punch!" Like, that's great. But yeah, I would say as a whole, yeah, I that would be my number 6.
So I love the time turner aspect of it, and everything that you listed that you liked is stuff that I liked about the movie too. What I love about this movie is it really gets you to think. It's a very not everything is what it seems kind of movie, and it was really cool because the scenes that happen earlier in the day, you get to see how they play out and how Hermione and Harry played a huge role in certain things.
It is cool. Like, yeah, yep.
I love that double perspective. While the stuff that we already seen was kind of going on. For me, I love movies like that. I just think it's super cool and it's very, very unique because it's not always straightforward. But then, with that being said, it's not super confusing either because there's a way to do that and it ends up becoming very confusing to the audience. And being kids when we watched this, I remember not being confused watching this, like totally understand what happened and so on and so forth. You get the introduction of Buckbeak, right? A fan loved character. I love that animal. Yeah. It's so cool. The hippogriffs. That scene where Harry's riding Buckbeak in the class, and like he's over the water,
and you see his his claws just dragging. Yeah,
it's such a beautiful shot. I love that. I love that scene so much. It's so cool. And then you find out the innocence of Sirius Black. The other thing too with this movie is it's the first movie that didn't involve Voldemort at all.
Yeah,
it wasn't really there was kind of mention of him and kind of what happened, when everything happened.
Yeah, he gets referenced.
But yeah, this is more of a no, Sirius Black is the villain in this movie. At least that's what everybody thinks. And yeah, you get introduced to this character that is super, super important to, the Marauders and then to Harry and, the rest of the Wizarding world in a way. My number 6 was actually Deathly Hallows Part 2. And everything that Alex said, right? Everything from here on out is fantastic. I love the rest of these movies. And I love Deathly Hallows Part 2. It is really, really good. But those earlier movies, they had... most of them have a sense of, I can watch this single movie, and there is a beginning, a middle, and an end, and I can enjoy just this one movie, and I don't have to watch the rest of the movies. That being said, I usually want to watch the rest of the movies, but all of the other ones before this can be viewed in its own capacity. And Deathly Hallows Part 2, you have to watch Deathly Hallows Part 1 in order to watch Deathly Hallows Part 2, because there's so much. A normal person off of the street couldn't just pick up Deathly Hallows Part 2 and know what's going on. They'd be incredibly confused. That being said, it is a fantastic movie overall, and there's a lot of action in this movie. There's a lot of things that you find out, right? Harry has to die in order for Voldemort to die, right? Which is such a crazy thing to happen, because I remember when that scene happened, and you're just like, what's going to happen now? Like, how is he going to come back from this? We don't know what's going to happen here. The bank scene, the Gringotts bank scene with the dragon.
Oh my God, so good.
Oh, when they take the Polyjuice potion and they're, dressing as Hermione is like Bellatrix Lestrange, and then the other two are Snatchers or whatever, and they're going in there and trying to break into Bellatrix's vault to find next Horcrux, right? Because they got a lead from the first movie that there was going to be something in that vault. And yeah, that whole scene overall is just amazing. It's so good. I absolutely love, throughout the entire movies, Neville Longbottom's pretty much a joke, right? Everybody laughs at Neville Longbottom, with the exception of Goblet of Fire being a little bit more on the helpful side. He hadn't really done a whole lot to help anybody, right? And he is just as much affected by the whole Voldemort situation as Harry or anybody else was too, because his parents were involved in that from the beginning as well.
Yep.
And it was awesome for him to have his moment to shine and take out Nagini with the sword of Gryffindor. It was awesome.
The part where he's limping up to Voldemort.
Yeah.
And then he makes the joke. He's like, I guess he'll do.
What a jerk thing.
I just like to say something.
Yeah. Yeah, see, like, he's still getting made fun of. But
Such a badass. Yeah.
You know what? To kind of loosely quote Dumbledore from the first movie, it takes a great deal of courage to stand up against your enemy, but an even greater deal of courage to stand up against your friends. And that's what he was doing in that moment, because he could have easily died right then and there without even having said a word, right? And Voldemort's just laughing in his face, and it took that courage, and that's when all hell broke loose, right? Harry gets out of Hagrid's arms, he's running, everybody else just starts fighting, and we got the Battle of Hogwarts, and it's such an incredible scene. It's so good. Again, though, I want to rank this lower because I like the other ones so much more.
I would say this, because you had Deathly Hallows Part 2 as 6.
Yeah.
For me, that was number 4.
Really?
Yes. So
this is going to get really interesting.
Yeah, this is going to get dicey.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Why don't we switch this list up now? Why don't we list this as our personal lists instead? Because from here on out, I don't know how I'm going to be able to change much of any of my list.
That works for me. We could debate it at the end, though.
We could. All right. Let's do that.
We'll leave those off as the back burner. So Zach's number 6 was
I'm going to put Deathly Hallows.
2.
Yep.
And then mine was Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, this is going to get very, very interesting. All right. So number 5. So movies that we still have. We got Sorcerer's Stone. We got Chamber of Secrets. We got The Goblet of Fire. Prisoner of Azkaban. And then we have Half-Blood Prince.
So, Zach, what is your number 5?
Well, this is very hard because I love all 5 of these movies very, very much. I'm going to probably put Half-Blood Prince as number 5. I'm going to put Half-Blood Prince as number 5 because...
Oh my god.
Yep.
We're on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. That's my number 1.
I love that movie. I love Half-Blood Prince. It is a fantastic movie. Oh man, I might have to change my list now because I kind of want to put it higher. You know what? I'm going to put Prisoner of Azkaban as number 5. Because as I'm sitting here thinking about Half-Blood Prince, I'm starting to realize some very awesome moments that are happening.
I think the problem here is, because we're not talking about books, and I think you and I can both agree that is the best Harry Potter book.
Yeah.
But
I think that's why I originally listed.
If you're watching them, though, as standalone movies, that movie is phenomenal. Yeah, maybe there's more information in the books that weren't able to get shown on camera. I'll give you that. But even without those parts, it is a phenomenal movie.
I love Professor Slughorn as a character, and like how he ties into the Tom Riddle backstory is such an interesting part. And that's how we find out what Horcruxes are, too. Because up until that point, we don't really know what's going on with these things, right? Like, in Chamber of Secrets, the Tom Riddle's diary, something weird happens, but we don't really know what it is. I mean, unless you're following along in the books, of course. It's so cool to actually finally have that kind of explained. And then Snape kills Dumbledore, right? That's such an important point in that movie, and it had to have happened that way, right? Because otherwise Malfoy was going to do it, right? Draco Malfoy is supposed to kill Dumbledore. Voldemort had given him this task, right? A very impossible task, because he basically is throwing Draco into the wolves. Snape basically, right, at this point, we don't really know for sure. We don't really find this out until the Deathly Hallows. Snape was kind of a double agent, and he was more playing for the side of good, but he was doing so well on the side of bad that nobody really saw anything coming. So, like, kudos to, Severus Snape.
Yeah, and Dumbledore for trusting Snape when nobody else did. I mean, you see in other movies they bring up time and time again, well, Severus Snape was a Death Eater. Like, so that's important. And the other important part to build off of what you're talking about is Snape was forced to make an unbreakable vow to help kill Dumbledore if Malfoy did not succeed.
Yep.
So he kind of got put in a situation, and obviously, like you said, in the later movies, you understand, okay, Dumbledore knew it had to happen. You know Snape doesn't want to do it, but it's necessary to progress and get where they need to go.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and the fact, like, up until that point, if you're just watching the movies, you have no idea, like, you see Snape kill him, and you don't realize, like, oh my god, like, this guy really is what we thought from the get-go. Like, this guy is a total jerk. He really is, a disciple of Voldemort. Like, this is insane. He killed Albus Dumbledore, but it was so important that he was the one to do it, to basically save the purity of Draco Malfoy and to help save the rest of Hogwarts and I guess the rest of the Wizarding World when you think about it. Like, that small moment was so pivotal in the destruction of Lord Voldemort. It's just you don't see it right away. I have to put that one higher. It didn't really hit me until, like, I was, like, looking at my list and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I love this one, I love this one, I love this one. Yeah, I'm gonna put Prisoner of Azkaban at 5.
Yeah. Half-Blood Prince, such a crucial movie. Like I said, for me, that's my number one. I kind of have to reveal it, I guess, because we're talking about it now.
I'm gonna put Prisoner of Azkaban as number 5 for me. Okay, so that being said, we got mine figured out. What was your number 5?
My number 5 is The Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, I thought that's what you were
now.
I knew that.
This is why. Look.
Oh.
This is the entry point. Obviously, I have fond memories of being so excited to go to the movie theater.
John Williams music playing in the background. That theme song. Everything about that movie is fantastic.
I understand, but if we're putting them in order, again, I have to put this one next. I have to. This is my number 5. I love this movie. There's great scenes. The phenomenal scenes. You get introduced to this wizarding world that you don't know exists. You get to watch Harry develop friendships. The wizard's chess scene, like getting back to the mirror, like that whole sequence, phenomenal. There's not a bad part of this movie. Unfortunately, though, the other movies are heavier hitters for me, and I have to rank this one lower. I think as time progressed, they did such a better job at developing the movies that this obviously was the standard. And me putting it at number 5 isn't saying I don't like it, because I love this movie. I will say I have PTSD from a child of seeing fucking Voldemort's head on the face on the back of Professor Quirrell. I'll never get over that. And then also Professor Quirrell, like there's the scene when they interrupt, they gotta get Oliver Wood out of the class and he's holding the iguana. I had to look that up. That fucked me up for years. I'm like, why is this guy holding the iguana? Like, what does that have to do with any of this story?
I'm going to be honest. I guess I don't know.
They use... I looked this up.
Okay.
They use iguana blood for certain potions and spells. Within, I guess, something to do because he was the defense against the dark arts teacher.
Correct.
Something to do with teaching dark magic. Is somewhere in wrapped up in all that, iguana's blood is used.
Interesting.
I looked it up because that bothered me for years. I'm like, why is this guy just holding the iguana?
So with Sorcerer's Stone being the first movie, it is so important because we got all of this world building going on, right? You find out that there's a such thing as wizards and witches, which Harry finds out, has no idea about this world and how he was involved in this world and his place in this world as well. you got a guy who's getting abused by his aunt and uncle who are watching him until he was old enough to be able to go to the school, which his aunt and uncle don't even want him to go.
Then they lie to him his whole life about what happened to his parents.
Right.
Got blown up.
Very good.
The fucking scene when they're at that
house on the island.
Yep. I remember the way that,
blown up. But you said they died in a car crash.
But how she talks in that scene always bothered me. I never understood what she was saying. I had to have subtitles. She's like,
yeah. I will say though, like she really like embodied that role very well.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
Really got into it because it made it seem natural. It didn't feel like a person was reading somebody else's words. It felt like it was an actual performance.
Absolutely.
So kudos to her. Yeah, and then you get to see the sorting ceremony and the sorting hat, and you get to learn about the different classes. There's so much that goes into this. Quidditch. Yep, absolutely. I love this movie. It's hard because every time I watch this, there's so many things. Like
it's a great movie. Yeah. And then, I mean, even the scene of Harry sitting in front of the mirror so he can see his parents. Like, there's touching moments. He gets the invisibility cloak.
Yep.
Like,
which plays a huge role in the rest of the movies, of course.
Phenomenal movie. He and then, like, Harry thinking Snape was behind everything, and then finding out later on, no, it was Voldemort.
Yeah, and Professor Quirrell, right? The guy that everybody least suspected is studying Professor Squirrel or Professor Quirrell.
It's the first movie you see. It sets everything up. I had to set it at number 5 compared to the other movies.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. All right, so Sorcerer's Stone is your number 5.
Number 5.
And then Prisoner of Azkaban is my number 5. Okay, perfect. So now we're getting down to the top 4. I know that things are going to start getting a little bit of heat here. So actually, I'm going to go first. So my number 4 is Sorcerer's Stone. That's kind of why I want to go. Yep. Since we just talked about that, gap, I just wanted to bridge the gap. Yeah. My number 4 is Sorcerer's Stone. I love the movie. Everything that we just talked about. It's just the other 3 I like a lot more. I like so much more certain aspects. So yeah, Sorcerer's Stone is my number 4.
We weren't that far off. So
yeah.
My number 4, Deathly Hallows Part 2. Obviously, I put it higher than you did. I love that movie. Obviously, we already broke down all the phenomenal scenes that are within that movie. Like, so not much more needs to be said. But yeah, Deathly Hallows Part 2 is my number 4.
I'm kind of curious. What about Part 2 makes you want to put it so high up on your list?
That is a movie that when it's coming up, I'm looking forward to it. It's the end of this phenomenal journey we were on, ever since we were kids. We talked about Neville chopping off Nagini's head. Obviously, unfortunately, we see beloved characters die in the movie. It's very touching, very emotional. And I just think it's a great movie. That battle at Hogwarts is phenomenal. I love when McGonagall gets to use the security.
Oh, yeah. The soldiers, yeah.
And she's like, I've always wanted to use that spell.
I think the other thing, too, is not to dance on, like, nostalgia or anything like that. I think I have a lot more nostalgic connection to a lot of these other ones than I did for Deathly Hallows. Because, like, at the time in my life when Deathly Hallows came out, I wasn't as into Harry Potter at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
We had a very weird family situation going on, and I kind of, like, separated myself from Harry Potter.
Whereas I was fully steeped into it still.
Yep.
Like, I remember going with my dad to go see the midnight premiere, and it was phenomenal. We were like down blocks away from the movie theater, waiting in line. Like, I have such a great memory from seeing that movie.
Yeah, absolutely, and that totally makes sense. But yeah, and it took a little bit later in life. I kind of reconnected with the movies and the books again, and found that love for them again when I needed it the most. At that time, it just wasn't the right time. But yeah, so that's just my opinion on the matter for that. But all right, so we're going down to the top 3 here. So I'll let you start since I kind of piggybacked off of the Sorcerer's Stone thing. So what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Chamber of Secrets.
Oh.
I love this movie. When I was younger, this was always the movie. Obviously, up until certain movies had came out, like we covered Half-Blood Prince already. That ended up being my favorite Harry Potter movie. But up until we got into the later movies, that was always my go-to. I love that movie. I absolutely love Gilderoy Lockhart. He is such a wiener, and it makes me laugh so hard. I love like
Magical me.
Dude, you get the flying car scene of Ron busting Harry out of from his aunt and uncle's house, like that ending up in the Whomping Willow. Like, dude, this is such a good movie. I love how dark it is. They learn about the chamber, and then when they start discovering the messages in blood, and it was such a like freaky cool movie. When I love when Harry gets sucked into the diary after discovering it, seeing the Phoenix come in, swoop in, and drop off the hat for Harry that ends up the sword of Gryffindor ends up appearing out of it, and he uses it against the basilisk. That basilisk scene, I remember being a kid and watching that in the movie theater, and I was so scared because I was like, dude, if he looks this thing in the eyes, like he's gotta fight this thing without looking at it. It always will hold a special place in my heart. Chamber of Secrets, number 3 for me.
My number 3 is Half-Blood Prince.
Okay.
Yep. We already talked about it, so I don't want to go too far into it. I love that movie. It's so good. But the last 2 that I have on my list, I like for a little bit more reasons. So, yeah, I'm going to put Half-Blood Prince as my number 3.
Zach, your number 2.
Our number 2 is the same. So, our number 2 is both Goblet of Fire.
Which arguably could have been number 1.
It could have been. Yep, absolutely. It's crazy. I didn't know if we were going to 100% agree on that. It's pretty funny that we both had it as...
It arguably could be number 1. Shout out to our mom for rewatching the hell out of that movie, because that's her favorite Harry Potter movie. And I think I might have seen it one too many times.
It's my boy! That scene always just...
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's so emotional.
But what a great movie.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
Dude, I love the Triwizard Tournament, first and foremost, right? I love the game. See, the cool thing about a lot of these Harry Potter movies is, like, there is an overall story of what's going on, right? A good versus evil thing going on. But each of these movies have a story or, like, something else kind of going on in the background at the same time, which it just makes it incredible. And it's perfect for world building. And the Triwizard Tournament, those scenes are so good. Each of those tasks are phenomenal. Yes. Harry going against the Horntail Dragon, trying to get the golden egg, flying on the broomstick. Oh, man, what a scene. Destroying Hogwarts Castle because the dragon's, like, flying into the roof.
That's such a good scene. The opening scene of Harry's dream.
Yes.
I remember that making my skin crawl. I was so scared watching
that. The caretaker, man.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I was so scared watching that in the theater when it first came out. And then when they are at the Quidditch World Cup and the Death Eaters come.
Oh, it's so good.
It is.
Dude, and then the dark marks in the sky in the clouds.
It's insane.
My God. Oh, man. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, and then, like, at the end, okay, so, like, when they're in the final task, when they're going through the maze, and Cedric and Harry get to the graveyard, right, and they're seeing Tom Riddle's grave, and they see what's going on, and now Lord Voldemort's back.
Oh,
right? He's fucking back. The craziest thing is after that, nobody believes him. And that's where this Order of the Phoenix thing kind of ties in together too. Because and why this is one of my why that one's one of my least favorite movies, because everybody turns against Harry at that time. Nobody believes what he's saying, because at that point, him and Cedric are the only ones who saw what was going on, aside from Wormtail, of course, right?
And Harry's the only one that's alive.
And because Cedric's gone at that point. He kills him. Oh, man, in that battle, oh, cool. In the graveyard, when they have that battle, and then, like, the spirit of his parents are back, and they're like, hey, just let go and get to the port key, and, you know.
Let go.
Yeah, right. God, it's so good. I love that whole scene. See, that movie is dark as well, but it's like a cool dark. It's not like a sad, depressing dark. You know what I mean? Which is what I think Order of the Phoenix has. Order of the Phoenix is just like, god dang, there's like just no hope in this movie. Whereas like the evilness in Goblet of Fire is just cool. It's cool evil. You know what I mean?
The pensive scene.
Oh yeah,
where Harry gets sucked in.
Barty Crouch.
Yeah,
Junior.
You get to see Igor Karkaroff.
Yeah,
being put on trial. Arguably could be number one. It was a tough choice for me between this and Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah,
but yeah, I had to go. Goblet of Fire is number 2. Mad Eye Moody in the movie, you end up learning that, oh, it's just Barty Crouch Jr. and he's using Polyjuice Potion to like be Mad Eye and get close to Harry and like slowly nudge him in the direction to get to Tom Riddle's house. The Yule Ball.
Oh yes, yes.
Not that there's like anything that great.
And Neville's the only one excited for the Yule Ball.
Yeah, it goes with Harry's girl. I just got in.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Back to Neville again.
Oh god, poor Neville. Yeah.
I love when Ron gets the dress robes.
Smells like my Gwyneth Tessie.
In front of everybody. I won't wear that. That's ghastly. Such a great movie. When they learn about the Yule Ball and Ron has to dance with McGonagall.
Oh yeah. And then Harry turns to the twins. He's like, "You're never letting them let this down, are you?" No,
never. So yeah, I don't think there's really anything else I need to talk about.
No, I agree. Yeah, Goblet of Fire is my number 2 also.
All right, cool.
So now we're down to number 1. Alex kind of already told his, so now I'm going to say mine. So if you've been following along, you can probably guess what it is. But my number 1 is Chamber of Secrets. Chamber of Secrets, everything that Alex already had talked about before. I didn't want to kind of intervene because everything he said was going to be everything that I said too. That movie is just phenomenal. I have really great memories from when we were kids and we watched that movie, and I remember loving it. And that just kind of goes back to that theme that I was just talking about, that like really cool evil like theme kind of going on. There's a lot of dark stuff going on in there, but it's really cool like dark stuff. Like it adds to Voldemort's backstory, Tom Riddle, like the introduction of Tom Riddle, Harry going into the diary, finding out what's going on, but being misled, right? Because this is Tom Riddle's diary. So he's not going to 100% tell the truth to Harry. He's going to mislead Harry into believing that Hagrid's the one who opens the Chamber of Secrets. And now Hagrid ends up getting caught by the Ministry of Magic again, because they think that's what's going on. They think, hey, you opened it before because there was no proof against it. So now, it's open again. All signs are leading to you. And this poor guy, poor Hagrid, right? He's just an oaf, man. He doesn't mean to. He's not trying to hurt anybody.
Hangs out with kids.
Overall, it's just so good. The messages in Blood are so good. You get to see Aragog in the forest. I hate spiders, just like Ron.
Yeah.
I would have reacted the same way, if not worse, as what Ron
did. I would have reacted worse.
Yeah. That's such a cool scene. And then the car coming back too, the flying car coming back to save their life. Oh man, it's phenomenal. What do you got to say?
The spider breaks through the glass.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Oh man.
Oh man, I think I
probably would have died.
I would have died from shock.
I think my heart would have just gave out. Oh man, it's just so good. And then the Chamber of Secrets itself. And yes, Gilderoy Lockhart, everybody's favorite idiot. When I first watched that movie, I'm like, man, Gilderoy Lockhart, man, this guy's a weird.
Dude, you gotta respect the hustle.
Like, rewatching it, like, so many times, and I've seen Chamber of Secrets 20, 30 times, and I wish I was over-exaggerating. I watch it all the time. It's one of my favorite movies. I'd probably put it on my top 10 favorite movie list, to be 100% honest with you. But watching Gilderoy Lockhart, I'm just like, God, this guy is just the funniest idiot I've ever seen in my life.
He really is. Like I said, you gotta respect the hustle. He totally creates this whole persona of being like greater than everybody. He's the greatest wizard ever. All the girls love him.
And then to find out that it's all a lie. Everything that was in his books, he over-exaggerated to make himself seem like he was better than everybody
every
else.
time they tried to get him to perform something to help fix something, he always, like, do you remember Harry's arm?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I
he
can
loses
fix
the
those bones.
Yeah.
And then, it's like, and then when he faces off in the duel against Snape.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I could have blocked that.
Yeah. Way to show them that one.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I love him when he loses his, because he uses Ron's wand, because it keeps it, when it
backfires, because it broke.
And he loses his mind. I love that scene.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah. And who am I?
Do you live here?
No. And then Ron knocks him out.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good.
I will say for the top three, because I have Half-Blood Prince, I have Goblet of Fire, I have Chamber of Secrets. You could make an argument for all three of those to be the number one.
Yeah.
For me, in my opinion, I love all three of those movies. There's something that I could make an argument from each movie. And like I was saying earlier, Chamber of Secrets was a personal favorite of mine growing up. Up until when Goblet of Fire came out, that was such a fantastic movie. And then you end up having Half-Blood Prince. Those ended up being better to me, but they're all within that same stratosphere of just phenomenal movies.
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback off of that too, it's one of those things where at one point or another, all three of those movies are my favorite. And if I could choose all three of them as number one, I would put all three of them as my number one, because there's elements of each one that I like so much. And at the end of the day, obviously, with ranking a list, you have to siphon it out, and you have to put something as number one, number two, and number three. But yeah, ultimately, that's how I would rank these things.
I mean, like I said, we've been fans basically our entire lives. I love these movies dearly. I feel like I rewatch them every 1 to 2 years. So I feel like, especially with spoopy season being here now, I think I'm definitely going to be rewatching this entire series again. What phenomenal movies. What a great story. There's childhood ties, but along with that, even as an adult, I mean, what great movies. Like, I'm
going to be honest, like, after ranking these, I kind of want to watch Goblet of Fire again.
Yeah!
I kind of want to put that on.
I want to rewatch Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, I might honestly put it on when we get done with this video here later, because goddamn, is it a good movie.
Yeah, I know there's obviously certain big key factors we left out of breaking down these movies. We didn't want to make this video too long. I feel like we hit mainly the key points. So,
and in typical Zach and Alex fashion, we obviously didn't agree on everything.
We did agree on quite a bit, though, I will say.
Yeah. Our number 8s were the same.
Yep.
And then our top 3 were the same movies, just maybe not in the same order.
Yeah. Our lists, honestly, when you break them down, there's a couple that are like, they were pretty similar, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
our 8 and 7 were the same, because we both put Deathly Hallows Part 1 as number 7.
Yeah, we didn't have anything super egregious like the Star Wars one, where it was like S tier. Nah, that's a D tier.
Yeah, I think the only ones we did not agree on was 4, 5, so my 4, 5, and 6. So Sorcerer's Stone, Prisoner of Azkaban, and Deathly Hallows Part 2, which is fine. So obviously we lied at the beginning of this video. Obviously this ended up being individual lists, because I can't personally change my opinion about these movies, as I think Alex is being as passionate as he is in these movies. He can't change.
That's another thing too. I love Star Wars. I love Harry Potter. Like, if I had to pick between the two, I'm picking Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I am more steeped within that world. Like, that is, like, there's nothing against Star Wars. Obviously, we've done so many Star Wars videos. Everybody knows we like Star Wars. But Harry Potter is my jam.
And if you couldn't guess, Star Wars is obviously mine.
Yeah.
And I love Harry Potter. I mean, my top 3 favorite things is Star Wars, Harry Potter, and then comic books. Yeah, I mean, those top 3 things, those are the things that make me happy. So if I don't have anything else in this world, if I got those 3 things, at least I'll die happy.
Yeah.
But any last minute closing thoughts, Alex?
I guess thank you again for watching. Let us know in the comments section down below your list. What would you rank the movies in order as? We'd love to hear it. Yeah, and I think that about does it for today.
Well, as Alex said, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. And let us know down below, too. Do you guys like these ranking videos, and what should we rank next? What's the next thing we should debate about here?
See you.